Woo, that's burning my kneecap. A mistake. It's not pretty, but it is ugly.
What do you think?
As little as possible. Carb stuff. This should be gaskets, top end gaskets for that Rancher. I don't know what that is. Carefully. Woohoo! This should be all the gaskets we need to seal that head back up on that engine. It's leaky. What did I order, man? I don't even remember. Sweet.
What's up, Cotton?
Hey, man.
What are you up to today?
It's time to mock this engine up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm just gonna have to burn through some of this paint. Yeah, I'm not getting this big flappy wheel in there. Got a little brake flush on here just to wipe the some of this goop off the frame. There's not much left after washing it, but no, I take it back. There's lots. These guys are gonna sit in here, but it's just a little bit wider. That engine mount's just a little bit wider than this C-channel is. So I'm gonna have to kind of notch this out here and clearance that just a bit and then get it all tacked up in place. 1.5 inch flat bar, 1/8 inch thick. It's just a little 350. I think that'll be plenty strong, especially once it's all gusseted and welded in place all the way. Should be good.
Should work.
I think so. We'll find out. If it doesn't, we'll make it work later. We'll go heavier. These need to be here. I had these kind of sitting in here like this so that when those engine mounts are sitting on here, I was able to kind of like lift it up and scooch the whole engine like kind of forwards and backwards. Just a little bit. It's kind of little nudges. It should be fine. I think that's about where it needs to be. I'm gonna make sure and leave plenty of room for linkage activities for later when the shift solenoid inevitably leaves the chat. And yes, I'm reusing the old hardware. I know that that's not gonna fly with some of y'all, but the whole idea of this is, I don't know, trying to kind of reuse as much as possible, mainly for keeping costs down, but I kind of like to know what the extreme limits of this used hardware is, you know? I'd rather know. I'd rather put it in here and it snaps. I'd rather put it in here and it doesn't snap and you go, oh man, it turns out old hardware is just fine for something slow and off-road like this. I'm gonna tighten this down. I'm gonna tighten that one down. In theory, it should sit right where it needs to sit. I'll have to scoot it back just a little bit. It's sitting about a 16th of an inch too far forward. Oh, that's probably plenty. See if she'll just sit on these mounts. I reckon it will. Well, one side check. Two side check.
The engine's standing on its own.
All right. Yeah, I need to slide this whole engine back about 1/8 of an inch. Ugh. That's where it's going. Come back here.
What are you looking at?
Just making sure the engine is, well, making sure it looks centered. Okay. There's no
Let us check it.
There's no wrong answer here. Yeah, double check me. out of this output shaft on the engine is gonna be a U-joint.
Okay.
So because of that, I mean, this engine, it could be 5 or 10 degrees off, and that U-joint will make up for that.
Got it. So you have some wiggle room, some tolerance.
Oh yeah, for sure. So this is literally just visual. I just want it to look straight.
Well, we're still gonna tell you if it's off.
Yeah, and you know what? No matter how much I do, it's still gonna be off. But we won't tell y'all.
It's still gonna send.
That's right. Right in the way. Perfect.
Sooner or later, the weather's gonna call for a long sleeve.
Dude, I can't wait. It's too hot out here right now. Yeah, I think we're about where we need to be, dude. May it kind of burn through there a little bit.
How much is a little bit?
Not enough.
Good.
We got fire! I probably shouldn't be sniffing that. Woo, that's burning my kneecap. Oh, this paint likes to burn. I don't mean like smoke, I mean catch fire.
Good paint.
It's good paint.
I guess.
Cover it.
Clear it.
There's no good place to grab this from. Huh, a mistake.
What do you think?
As little as possible. Woo, buddy. Them some ugly welds. Oh yeah, dude, look at those pretty welds. Oh, please don't get a close-up of those. Those look terrible. Sure. Oh, it's not on fire. It looks like it is. It might be. Cover it. Clear. That is. No, it's not. As I'm welding, I keep like back of the torch tip away. Well, it's not pretty, but it is ugly.
Good mechanic always cleans up behind his work.
A terrible welder can't see what he just welded, so he's got to clean all the slag off.
Don't talk about my friend that way. Yeah, dude, that's good enough for backyard engineering.
I think it'll...
You can only get better.
That's true, isn't it?
I mean, technically, this is only the worst weld you've ever done.
Oh, that's true. Everything else can just get tacked kind of loose.
Yeah.
The last thing I want is slop in the engine mount that I might take out and simultaneously take that tolerance out as well when I do go back and tighten up the engine mounts. So I'd rather go ahead and get these solid now, and I can just work everything else around it. Oh, this side went. Cool. What I'll wind up doing is making another hoop that they're going to be mirrored. The frame's going to be mirrored on both sides, so I'll have a hoop that comes from one side of the frame to the other side of the frame, and then we can kind of help to triangulate this upper engine mount and really keep it in place. That's the plan. We'll see how that works out.
All right.
We're hinged.
Well, why don't you look at that? Somebody come look at this.
Oh, bro, that's perfect. Look where this head hits. It's right at that little louvered spot. So we can just knock the louvers out of there, stick a super retro hood scoop on the thing and call it good. Never see that screw again. That's fine. Oh, I've been waiting for this for a while.
It's here, it's happening.
Oh yeah, that's great. I can leave that look, and maybe this sits up a little bit higher than it did from the factory. Now, I know that from the factory doesn't really, I don't know, it doesn't mean much. Obviously, like we've torn this thing all the way down to its constituent parts. But there's enough here to have some of that originality still.
Yeah, and that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, between the frame and the front cowl, I mean, these are like the two biggest full parts of this machine, and they're still intact, basically. Yep. So, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool to maintain that line and then put some huge tires out on the side. That just seems cool to me. How many of these cowls are still out there? I know one for sure.
Yep, count that one.
I'm not gonna cut the louvers, that's stupid. Nobody's gonna notice a difference between this and like
a half an inch.
Maybe an inch lower.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 at the very, very most.
Yeah.
But you know what you will notice? A hole in the cowl.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that answers multiple things for me. I always use little take your eye out shrapnel discs. Never used like a diamond cutter before. We'll see. If it cuts diamonds, dude, it'll probably cut steel. This is the last thing that we'll do before we run out of light, probably. We've got a couple more things to tack in place. I'll show you. It's like not even hot. Cool, okay. Boop. Let me slice this dude off real quick.
Cut.
It's a pretty clean cut, man. This portaband's gonna get dirty. Yeah, we'll do something kind of like that. That'll give me a good idea for where this thing's gonna wind up. Sometimes it's just straight up dangerous to turn your hood off all the time. What? I got no ground. Whew. I haven't welded much, but I have been to the hospital for welding without a helmet.
This is epic.
Yeah. This is gonna be pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
I know that so those forward engine mounts are, I mean, they're 1/8 inch plate, and they'll be okay for now, but they're gonna get more gussets, and they'll wind up getting stronger later.
They'll be reinforced.
So next episode's gonna be frame and maybe some suspension stuff. But we're definitely gonna start building the frame next. So,
Dude, I can't wait.
yeah, y'all stay tuned. Appreciate every one of
Yeah.
y'all being here. Really been a pleasure doing this and filming it, and Rodney filming it. We're
This is
really enjoying it.
I'm learning a whole lot too, by the way.
Me too.
I'm learning so much.
Yeah. All right.
You
that's
say
it.
you're learning. You're bringing to fruition what you already have in your head. I'm getting
There's some-
inspired and I'm learning experience.
I appreciate that. There's some of
Yeah.
that. There's definitely a lot of learning though too. You saw my welds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Till next time.